Vicar. Hi, I'm Father Anthony Hannon from Inviam Patches. This is To Prepare His Way. And I'm in a small town, Ontario right now. And I thought I'd do a live stream. And it's a beautiful day, hot, but beautiful nonetheless. Now the good news is I've got the gimbal with me. So as I walk around, it shouldn't be so shaky. Now other good news for some of you is that I have Vicar with me. But in a way, that's not good news because he's not tired yet. So he wants to sniff everything. And so even though I've got the gimbal, we may have some technical difficulties. Okay. I'm walking under a road here. Let me see, Vicar. Trying to switch this around without. There. So you can see what I see a little bit. I've never walked down this path before. I saw a bicycle come down here and I said, well, that might be a nice place to walk. So here I am. Nice stream. Sorry, playing around with the gimbal functions here. Okay, I'll switch it back to me for a second. We have 4 people watching right now live. Okay. Okay, I've entitled this video, No Analogy is Perfect. So we say that we do theology by analogy. And as we plummet the depths of the mysteries of God. And my last video, of course, was an analogy, which I think I called, It is Right and Proper that the Children Are Oblivious. Now, most of you who watched the video, you know what the analogy was about. But some people, of course, they just look at the title and then they jump to all sorts of conclusions. Now, by and large, people didn't do that, but there's a shopping cart over there. It is right and proper that the children are oblivious. Now, what I don't mean by that, of course, anyone who watched the video, what I don't mean by that is that we should keep children in the dark, but with some things, children should be kept in the dark until they're old enough and is appropriate. But of course, I was referring to adults who are oblivious to the things of that's going on in the world. And again, it's not a matter of hiding the truth from adults. It's a matter of, hey Vicar, you go just do what you have to do on that tree there. Hey Yowie, glad to see you. So, okay, so where was I? The idea is, you know, how do we how do we love one another? You know, and how do I not, and you, anyone who would watch and would benefit from the guidance, hello, you know, how do we go through our day not getting frustrated with people who cannot see what we can see? So apparently there's 8 or 9 viewers right now. If you're so inclined, oops, getting used to the features here on the gimbal. If you're so inclined, why not give a thumbs up? So just to say you're happy that I'm on the air. Thank you very much, everyone. But you know, it's about, you know, pressing forward, living living in the truth, right? Living in the truth, but without losing our serenity or losing our peace, because of the actions or inactions or the beliefs or non-beliefs of others, right? So that's what that analogy is about. And so much on this channel that's what I'm trying to help people with. When you can see. So when it comes to our faith, as you know, many do not believe. And when it comes to COVID, many believe. But I don't believe. So, interesting. As we're always learning. Okay. I'm on a little bit of a vacation right now, see? And I'm really enjoying some of these small Ontario towns. But at the same time, I'd like to just be back at the retreat center where there's peace and quiet. Okay, I can't really go down there. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if I could walk down there with you. But we'll take a little bit of a tour and then I'll reveal the town that I'm in, if you haven't figured it out already. And thankfully Vicar's starting to get a little tired, so he's not pulling as much. Vicar. Okay, so the other, besides, you know, helping us accept where others are at, right? So that's very important. To accept where others are at. And my apologies again with the gimbal. Unfortunately, is quite the zoom on my face. So sorry about that. I figure we'll continue on this walking path here. So in addition to helping us accept where others are at, and that does not mean, you know, withholding the truth, but it's just recognizing where people are at, you know. And what I'm passing on to you, anyone who would view this, is what I learned through recovery and codependency. Okay? So for example, once I accepted that alcoholics drink, that's what they do, then I stopped getting upset when people I loved who happened to have the affliction of alcoholism, when they drank, right? It's like, stop being surprised when they drink, because that's what alcoholics do. So I had to accept that. And some people, many people, most people seem to be in denial. You know, one thing on this little vacation of mine, going from town to town, I'm, I guess I need to accept some more, because I find it astonishing how many people are still wearing the outward sign of submission. I find it astonishing. And none of these people look happy. They all look afraid or super serious. At least I get to see some smiling faces. I don't know what the percentage is. I'm going to say about 30% of people are wearing outward sign of submission. I bought an Ottawa Citizen, that's the newspaper from my hometown, the capital of Canada. That was, I think, yesterday. I bought the Ottawa Citizen because it had on the front page, Pat King being released, and also had on the front page a beautiful picture of the old St. Bridget's Church in Lowertown of Ottawa, which I've mentioned that church a few times that in other videos. But let me give you a view here. If I can. Vicar, sit. Oops. There we go. Some sailboats. Okay. Sometimes I think just using the selfie stick is a lot easier. Not sometimes, it is easier. Come on, boy. Yes. Yes. Yeah, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, the wisdom to know the difference. There are some people that it has just become such a habit for them. Oh yeah, so I bought the Ottawa Citizen. On the front page, it had a beautiful picture of the inside of St. Bridget's Church. And, well, they don't call it a church anymore. It had been, deconsecrated and sold a number of years ago to end up being the Irish Society. And they made that kind of in a cultural center. Anyway, they're selling it again, and it's being sold to a group that's called, I think, the People of Canada United or something like that. And, or People United for Canada or something like that. Anyway, it's a free speech group, apparently. And, okay, Vicar, come here. Sit. Vicar, sit. Come on. Okay, so it's a free speech group, and the Ottawa Citizen are, because I think all three members listed on the board, went to the truckers' convoy and are supporters of freedom. That the Ottawa Citizen is painting it as something to be afraid of, and all the residents of Lowertown should be all afraid and everything like that. So I bought the newspaper, and also had Pat King was released, and also had a report on a Catholic nurse who I think it was of Sudbury Way. Anyway, who won some sort of a judgment that her employer fired her with unjust cause. And it remains to be seen what what the actual effects of that are going to be. But anyway, some of you may be interested to know that the justice said that she held um, traditional Catholic belief. She belonged to the Latin Mass parish or a Latin Mass community. I'm not sure if it might have been SSPX. I'm not sure. Whatever the case, Latin Mass, and the justice says no. That's that they hold true to be anti-abortion, anti-contraception, and her religious exemption should have been honored. So anyway, so I bought the newspaper. But anyway, after reading it, I certainly was reminded why I don't read mainstream media. So shallow, so many questions arise, so many things that are left out. So anyway, okay. So first clue about where I am is I'm at the St. Lawrence Seaway, and there's a big laker up here. Unfortunately, there's a dog here as well, so I'm going to loosen up Vicar a bit. Oh. Hi there. Yeah, so is my dog. I'll just turn things around here. Ah, he's usually. Oops. Okay, Vicar. Relax. Okay, Vicar. Now that's my dog. That's my dog. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, that's okay. So there you go. That thing is pretty big and it's clipping right along. It says Alouette Spirit is the name of the boat. Now the other day I was in another town on the St. Lawrence, and it was the Canada Steamships liners, and the name of the boat was Baie-Comeau, which is Baie-Comeau, Quebec. Said it was from Montreal, Quebec, but they were flying an American flag. So anyway, some more clues. Oh, here's some Canadian geese. And now I could be wrong. I'd have to look at a map. I'm not sure if that's an island over there, but I think that is the United States. So, which is one of the reasons why that ship from the other day, although it's from Montreal, was flying an American flag, is probably going from American port to American port. That's my guess, anyway. Okay. Uh-oh. Now I gotta switch hands here. Okay. Okay, let's walk along. I hope that guy with his dog wasn't going to settle down here, because I kind of kicked him out of the area. Okay, so I know these live streams, God bless anyone who keeps watching them. I get wandered in my thoughts and everything. So just talking about, accepting people where they're at. And for whatever reason, some people are in denial of the situation in the world. And perhaps look at someone like me and you as being pessimistic, being negative. But I don't think that's the way we are. Hi there. I think we have a lot of joy. And but we have to see reality for what it is. And that was kind of the point of that last analogy. You know, like it or not, because you and I can see, we're kind of the adults, we're kind of the parents. And even though someone is not physically a child anymore, there are many who are nonetheless, when it comes to certain things, certain world realities, political realities, they are like children and they're oblivious. So better for me to just accept it and be with people like you. Now in my travels yesterday, I came across this amazing sign. It said, you know, communism is a disease. COVID is just the way it's spread. And so I stopped in there, and that was a place of business, and had a great meeting with some of the people there. And there's a where I want to travel to today. I passed through. I guess it was yesterday, but I'm kind of backtracking now. And there's a residence with a no more lockdown sign and another big sign that I didn't read, but it said something like stand firm. So please God, I'll stop in there and the people will be home. That's at a residence. And yeah, you know, I used to, when I would go traveling, I would like to visit the Catholic churches, like to go in them, visit them, pray, and meet other Catholics. And it used to be that I would like to go to 12-step groups, especially open speaker AA meetings and or Al-Anon meetings, and meet the locals of wherever I am. But nowadays, I mostly just want to meet freedom people. That's just where I'm at, you know. Just where I'm at. So, and of course, it's more challenging right now because I do have my dog with me, and it's hot out, so I can't just leave him in the vehicle, right? Okay. Okay. I got to turn you around here for a second. Don't pull me, Victor. Okay, we'll go up to the deck here, the water's edge. Take a look at some of the beautiful boats here. And kids swimming, jumping off the deck here. A lot of fun. Okay, so the first part is to accept those others for where they're at, right? And the second part is to change the things that we can change. And in this case, it's about like in this struggle that we're in right now, and as we want to try to turn, what should we say, sabotage the evil agendas, right? It's, you know, what can I do, basically? What can I do, right? So when I take it from the perspective of recovery, from codependency recovery, then what is of concern is in what ways might I enable. So as you know, I see everyone is codependent right now, and they're enabling, they have been enabling the last couple of years and for a long time to the impending tyranny. That's why I call it the outward sign of submission. That's why I call it the outward sign of submission, because it's a belief system. It has nothing to do with reality, at least in terms of what they say wearing those things are supposed to do. Okay. Okay. So what can we do? How do we resist? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign off now because it's 26 minutes in. I'm going to walk more into downtown. I'll reveal the town that I'm in, and we'll show around this town, obviously, that I'm in, and then I'll just be talking about. Okay. I might switch to the selfie stick because this is crazy, this gimbal. But then I want to talk about some strategies that we can do so that we're not enabling the evil agenda, okay? And we're not enabling the sickness that others are in. So for now, Vicar, oh, there goes a cruise ship going on, not a cruise, but a tour of the Thousand Islands. That's the area that I'm in. Okay, so expect me to sign back on in about 15 minutes. May Almighty God bless each and every one of you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Go in the peace, live in truth. Go in the peace of Christ, live in truth, live free.